Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode on Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. So in the previous episode, we went and helped Flan complete her quest, complete her research, where she sent us to a nearby Pillar of Audra. We went through and cleared out a dungeon, then came back here. So we did talk to this director, Castol, and he just asked us after that quest to report to the governor here. So we need to do that. So let's go downstairs. So one thing we do need to do before we talk to her is definitely go and get Pelagina. She's going to help us resolve this. Every one of these factions has internal problems, internal struggles. So we just need to complete this internal struggle quest first. And then we can continue on with the remaining quest line for the Vailian Trading Company. Okay, I am back. I did get Pelagina, and she is like level 16, 17 maybe. But I did trade out our Ranger because I need to have experience on our Warlock here, because he needs to level up. So I did trade her out. She's level 20, so she doesn't need any more experience. So let's get on with this part of the quest line.
Ah, there you are, the final piece. Have you noticed our new guests? There are big changes coming here at headquarters. It is only right that you are here to witness them. I have called together a meeting of the Songreta Mea Compressa. Our esteemed investors have come to hear Director Castol's excuses for squandering their fortunes.
Alvari smooths the front of her coat and plucks lint from her sleeve.
You've witnessed Castol's mistakes personally, and you know what is at stake for us with Ukaizo. The council we want to hear from you, the Cantonucesi in particular.
She raises her eyes to meet yours.
The company needs new leadership. Leadership that can make effective use of its most important allies. Let us start here, striking a fine impression before the wealthiest men and women in Eora.
Okay, so the Vailian Trading Company has the most problems internally, with the two families that were feuding and now internal bickering. So we have a choice. We can either have Alvari, become the director, or we can keep Director Castol. It's really our choice. It's not. It depends on what choices we make and talking to them. So let's just get this over with, and then we can meet with the group. But I suppose you think you'd be a better director?
Of course. If I did not believe it with all my soul, I would not dare to trouble the council. Men have died for less. You will attend the trial, I hope. Your testimony is a vital part of the proceedings.
Fine, let's get this over with.
Indeed. Come then. I'll send for our esteemed guests. Meet us upstairs when you are ready.
Okay, so if you didn't get Pelagina yet, I'd recommend doing that now. She's going to be helpful in resolving this. Let's go upstairs. Director Castol's office is nearly unrecognizable through the milling crush of bodies. The chamber is suffocatingly warm, and several of the occupants jostle for a place beside the window. To a one, the people around you are dressed in rich fabrics, or else the occasional piece of armor. Few of them look especially pleased to be here. Despite the cacophony that greets you when you arrive, a quiet descends swiftly upon the room, upon the barest hand gestures from the man now standing behind the desk. The Cantonesi's gaze sweeps across the room, eventually settling on you.
I see you have wasted little time in involving yourself, lady.
Around him, several of the onlookers crane their necks to see who the Kanta is addressing.
Director Castol, Governor Alvari, you are both here?
Indeed, Your Excellency.
Castol's face is splotchy and damp with sweat. He looks as if he may be ill.
Yes, Your Excellency.
Alvari wears a restrained smile.
And this is to be your witness?
A moment, Nero. Is that not Pelagina Mesrai?
Are you collecting godly cast-offs, Casto?
Pelagina flinches at the Erla's words, but sets her jaw and remains silent.
Most esteemed guests, this is the Watcher of Kad Nua.
We were sorry to hear of Cadnui's fall, lady. How interesting to find you here. You have my sympathies.
Thank you.
I have several connections in the White March. I have always wanted to meet the woman behind the stories.
Let us begin. If the clerks will attend the roll. Albina Carnetto, Duke Remasi Storanzo Miscelona, the Archmage.
Devils take your role, Nero. This isn't a Songretta Ducala. We are all here. Let's get this over with.
They may not be violent, but these fine people are all ruthless in their own way. The roads they took to reach this room are littered with their enemies.
Very well. Then let me extend my sincerest thanks to our shareholders in attendance.
Wait politely.
In deference to present company, we will proceed in Edira. Director Castor, you stand accused of nothing less than gross incompetence, mismanaging of resources, willful deceit, grave charges all.
A low murmur starts up around you as the crowd reacts.
We have examined the evidence available to us. The numbers are not in your favor, Director. But you will have the opportunity to explain yourself. Now, Alvari.
Agrasima, Your Excellency. Esteemed Council, I bear Maestro Casto no ill will. We have always treated one another with great respect, but his time is past. I put it plain, the company is bleeding resources. We have identified numerous sources of Adra, and yet, how much of it ever reaches the Republics? The expedition to Pococahara was but the latest failure. Trained workers and supplies gone, and for nothing.
Okay, so we can continue, just say nothing and let her build up her reputation, or we can counter her arguments. So I was able to restore the Adra vein. It can still be harvested.
You mean to say that the vein was secured in the end?
Well, that is... yes, Your Excellency, but...
A strange argument. We are concerned with results, Alvari. As far as I can see, the expedition was a success.
I have more, Your Excellency. Your coin, lords and ladies. Where has it gone all this while? Not to mines and industry, no. The director has spent the bulk of it on frivolous experiments.
That is absurd. Animancy research has gotten us where we are today.
Precisely.
Enough, Alvari. Watcher, you have had some involvement in these experiments. Do you have anything to add?
Okay, so we have lots of options here. So the research is promising. You could be masters of the world with power like that.
Coin has done well enough for us already.
It truly works. You mean to say that the Animancers have learned how to transport people?
I'm sure you don't need me to tell you the practical applications.
Certainly not.
Your words are met with a sudden, muted roar of animated whispers.
We have heard much of a Kaizo in recent days. I wonder, Director Castor, just what are your plans for the favored city?
Nero taps his quill against the desk in steady beats, looking on calmly.
Kaizo holds an enormous quantity of luminous Adra. Our research has already yielded results. If we can establish an outpost there, then...
Castal is scarcely started his sentence when a handful of the gathered investors start to jeer at him.
If we take this opportunity, we can accomplish far more than we initially believed. I could make you rich lords and ladies, beyond your wildest dreams.
Ah, you may be rich in a century or two. Have you that long to wait? Some of you perhaps, but all? Dreams are all Castle has to offer. We have scores of Adra sites mapped to detail. Why not focus our efforts there? Castle risks your fortune on illusions.
That is true. We have mapped these deposits for years. The closer we travel to Andra's mortar, the denser the deposits. Even Alvari knows this.
There is a network of Adra at Ukaizo. That's why Aothis has gone there.
Much to my dismay, I can no longer dismiss that statement out of hand as lunacy.
Nero scrawls a small note onto a piece of parchment.
Even if there is Adra past the mortar, let us grind down the whole of it and be done with the place. Or will the Songreta war against the natives and sea monsters for the next 100 years?
We have heard a great deal this day. Alvari, have you any final arguments?
Only this. That Director Castle has betrayed his station and our trust by allying himself with a Principe captain by the name of Furanti.
A Principe captain? You have evidence of this, Alvari? The word of a witness?
I know nothing about this.
No, that's... don't be ridiculous. You traveled to Crookspa on his behalf.
I never have anything to do with slavers. You can feel the mood turn as the merchant lords set irritable glares upon Alvari.
Then you have evidence, Alvari?
No, Your Excellency.
I must say, this casts your other accusations in poor light. I think we have heard enough. Any final words?
My lords, ladies, our enemies will make for Ukaizo in short order. The Vailian Trading Company must be ready. It needs decisive, effective leadership, now more than ever. With the Watcher's aid, we have the opportunity to claim an overwhelming victory. One that will carry us all into the history books.
Assuming she means to help us.
We will see, won't we?
You have heard all the accusations against you. Castal, any final words?
Everything I do to help the company. You know this. 2 years ago, you entrusted me to establish the Luminous Adra trade. I will continue to serve you, dutifully, and to my best ability. I know now that Alvari has hungered after my position for years, just as she will hunt after yours if you allow her to rise. She would cast Margaret off her throne if she could.
Beside you, Alvari smiles. Okay, so this is the point where we can just let Pelagina speak for us. Pelagina, this is Castel's last chance.
Maestras and mestres, I cannot deny that Director Castel has jeopardized the company's interests in the Deadfire. But his ambitions align with those of the Republics. Such ambitions carry risk, but they also bring the potential for your company, for our republics to become the uncontested leaders of the world to come. I am speaking of more than gold, more than prestige. Success will bring the power to shape the future as you imagine it could be. No, as the people in this room cannot yet imagine it could be.
The Cantor raises his brows and tips his head slightly in mute approval. Around the room, you spot several of the investors nodding as well.
You inspire much loyalty, Castor. If only it were so amongst your own peers. It is time. Let us put the matter of Castor's dismissal to a vote. All in favor?
Around the room, only a scant few hands rise as the second ticks past. The silence broken only by the dutiful scribing of the clerks. It becomes clear that the majority favors Castel. Castel keeps his gaze fixed upon the floor, wringing his hands. Nearby, Alvari has gone still with shock, her mouth parts gaping wordlessly. She turns a horrified look upon the Canta.
You have overreached, Alvari. And the Songreta does not take kindly to being called away from our business to indulge your schemes. Sate your ambitions in the living lands. Lueva Alvari, I hereby strip you of your rank and title, and pronounce you exiled from the Vailian Trading Company and the Vailian Republics by order of the Sangreta Mea Compressa.
This is a serious mistake. You can't do this to me.
I believe that brings this meeting to a close. Agrasima Watcher.
I must see the shareholders out, but please, let us speak afterwards.
Okay, so we did complete that particular part of the quest, and we did get leveled up too, which is nice. I am going to be able to level him up now. I think he's 19 now. So I'll do that, and then we can speak to Director Castol shortly after. Alright, we're all leveled up. We still have Pelagina with us. We can switch her out here in a little bit. It's okay if she gets experience, so it's not that big of a deal. Let's talk to Director Castol.
The living lands. Poor Alvari. I cannot stop thinking on it. How easily it might have been my fate. All my achievements gone in an instant.
He spreads the fingers of one hand, mimicking a burst of air.
Well, she brought it on herself, didn't she? The members of the Sangreta, they are not to be taken lightly.
What's the plan?
Well, I am still director, and our ambitions have not changed. We move forward. The council wishes for results, so we will give them results. The Royal Deadfire Company will not sit idly by while we claim Ukaizo. If we set out now, they will do everything in their power to stop us. So, we know the threat that the Royal Deadfire Company poses. We must strike first. The Royal Deadfire Company has a primary powder house in the Brass Citadel. The bulk of their powder is stored there, and from there delivered to the greater portion of the ships of the Royal Fleet. Destroying that powder house would make for a crippling blow against the fleet. Enough to make an occupation of the Deadfire seem little better than a fever dream. Of course, the building is very well defended. You cannot simply walk inside. It might be impossible if the Royal Deadfire Company had not decided to use the Adra formation inside the powder house as a source of illumination. With Alet's machines and your talents, walls are little obstacle.
Okay, so this is the final point where you can back out from being allied completely with the Vailian Trading Company. So if you don't want to do this, you can back out and say, have you lost your mind? I won't do it. And that will effectively stop you from being allies with the Vailian Trading Company. You still have the options to join the Hawana, the pirates, or the other ones too. There's also a point in their quest lines where you have to actually make a choice. Do I want to help them and kind of forsake the other factions, or do I want to join another faction, essentially? So since I've decided already to join the Vailians, we will do this. And also, if you do have Maya on your team, she is a part of the Royal Deadfire Company, and so she will leave your party as soon as you commit to doing this. Just another heads up, and that's why I do tend to steer away from Pelagina and Maya long term, because their stats are kind of meh, and then also because eventually you lose one of them. Okay, so let's it's going to be a beautiful explosion.
In truth, the trickier part will be to get you out before you are caught in the blast. The powder house is a tinderbox waiting to blow. But Alet has a solution. A device that will give you time in which to make your escape. She will explain more. She waits for you at the spire. Remember, be cautious. If anyone learns of our role in this, we may wish that the Sangreta exiled the both of us.
Okay, so we have a quest now to destroy the Deadfire Company. Pelagina leveled up, which is... I'll just deal with that later. It's not really important. I'm actually going to get my Ranger back, so I'm going to do that real quick. Alright, I am back, and I did trade out Pelagina for the Ranger, so we have our Ranger back in our group. We're kind of at a point now where we have roughly 3 episodes left. This is the last quest for the Vailians. We need to meet with the Queen, and then we have to go to Kaizo. So I'm going to try to get this part of the quest done, and then we'll have to stop abruptly shortly after that.
Yes?
So let's talk to Flan.
There you are. We're just about ready. You know, when I started working on all this, I didn't really think we'd end up using it for this kind of thing. Guess it should be interesting at least.
Walk me through this plan.
The plan. I will keep it short. Unfortunately for our friends in the Brass Citadel, there's an Adra pillar in the powder house. Used it for illumination, if you can believe it.
Well, it snorts.
That your torch to the powder stores and everyone in there, yourself included, goes up in fire. So, I have a device for you. It will explode after a delay. Time enough for you to get clear of the blast. Plant the explosive too far from the main stores and they will isolate the blaze and save the tower. Too close and you will have gone a long way to kill yourself. My suggestion is the vats. You'll know by the smell. In any case, you will have to find your own way out. I won't be there to transport you back to the tower. You'd better be sure that you're ready.
Let's get on with it.
Right, so one more thing. Don't get caught. And if you do get caught, make sure nobody's going to report seeing you. Whatever rests lightest on your conscience, eh? Look for the pillar to the east in the Brass Citadel. Should be an easy jump after the others. Here we go!
Alright, so here we are, inside the Brass Citadel. There is a way to sneak around these guys. It is such a pain though, because you have to spend a lot of time waiting. What I typically do is just kill everybody. It's just the best thing for this. They're gonna notice you eventually anyways, and when you try to escape, you're gonna run into a lot of people. So let's see who we have over here.
How Chico and the kids are. I should write.
Is there anybody up here? Nobody here? Okay. Just want to make sure nobody's up here. We have to leave this up to the stairs to get out of here.
Just a few hours between me and a
Yeah. So, if you want to like sneak around, you can actually go around this way and then plant the stuff. But what I'm going to do is just wipe these guys out because that's more fun. Okay, so can I not attack them? I have to like actually engage with them in battle. Okay. Yeah, so it's actually not a hard fight at all. Wow, he just one-shot that person. This is my tank. Okay. Let's just, there we go. I want to get the bear on this guy. Yeah, it's a slaughter because these guys are such low levels. And we're so much higher than they are. And honestly, this is the easiest thing to do. It's just to kill these people here. So you're not distracted when you're trying to leave.
What can I do? What can I do?
Who did that? Oh, that person there. Okay. Let's just do a mass heal. Actually, I want to save that.
I'm no help here.
Barbaric blow. Yeah, this is actually pretty quick. One guy left. Okay. You do get some stuff here too. If you're running low on money, this is probably the best method as well. So let's
Yes?
is it confused?
I'm here.
Okay, he's debuffed by something. Oh, it's confusion. Okay.
They won't see me coming.
Alright, so we just have to go down to the powder room down here. I think there's 2 major battles in this area, or else we pulled everybody, which would be unfortunate. This is it, I believe. We can loot this place as well, since everybody's gone.
Leave it to me.
Alright. Let's grab this stuff down here. Yeah, nothing, you know, nothing major. Alright, so let's go and drop this off, this bomb off.
I'll see it done.
Vat looks deep and wide enough that you can bury the explosive in the gunpowder and no one would notice. Place it. You put the device in the vat and activate it before covering in a few handfuls of gunpowder. It's well hidden and you can faintly hear the ticking down. Alright, let's get out of here. Okay, we're gonna get sideswiped here. That's okay. You definitely want to avoid combat as much as possible. Because if you do fight, you're going to be stuck. Oh, jeez. Okay, let's kill this guy. You want to be fast as possible with this. Yeah, okay. Come on, hurry up. We're gonna die. Alright, let's get out of here. Okay, we're gonna be stuck in this battling here. Yeah, you definitely want to avoid as much combat as possible. Actually, it's probably worth killing these people beforehand. Come on.
What can I do?
Alright, let's get out of here. Upstairs.
Keeping an eye out.
You must gather your party before
Come on, bear.
You must gather.
Shut up. I'm sneaking.
Alright, so we made it through. So now we're able to complete the quest and turn it in to the Vailian Trading Company. So we do need to go there next. But I'm going to do that in the next episode. So once you're done, you do go to this area here. And you're able to be safe. So one thing you do notice is that there is a timer that if you don't make it out in time, you will wipe your entire party and have to redo the whole mission from a restart. So it's pretty important that you do get through that particular quest in a quick amount of time. We can't go back to the Royal Deadfire Company at all. If we show up in that area, we will be charged as criminals and we'll have to fight some people. But that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.